Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is now 6:31, so I would like to start with the welcome to say thank you all for joining our virtual special needs resource fair. My name is Ama Kari-Yawson, and I am a member of Baldwin SEPTA. As we were attending Baldwin SEPTA meetings, it occurred to me that there were probably many resources out there that I was unaware of, and that I was aware of that others were unaware of in terms of the special needs community. As special needs, members of the special needs community, as parents of children with special needs, many of us have had positive experiences that have been incredibly enriching and or transformative for our children's lives. I, for example, felt that my child benefited a great deal from brain balance. My child also benefited, my big son also benefits from Boy Scouts and these experiences of independence and going camping, especially as a boy who is not into sports. And many of the bonding activities for young males surround sports. And so I was so incredibly happy to find an activity that was not sports related that would still allow him to meet with peers and to build those relationships. So those are just two of my own personal experiences. But there are so many members who had similar experiences and said, oh, I've learned a great deal from Chad or the Smart Scribe, or my child had a great experience at Safety Swim, or my child did an event at the Sangha Education Center that was so great. Whatever the case may be, I can shout all of you out because all of you have positive reviews and you've impacted children in a really, really wonderful way. And so that said, I reached out to members during the meeting and said, please put in the chat organizations that you believe have been so incredibly helpful for your family or for your child. And we got many, many recommendations. And that's when I said, I really have to do this fair. And I reached out to the recommended organizations to say, would you be willing to send a representative to share? And that's how this came about. In some cases, after the fact, when I started advertising it, other organizations that we weren't aware of said, oh, but please, can I join? Can I join? Can I join? And there was a real resounding positive response from other organizations that wanted to get the word out. And so a few of the organizations were new additions. But that said, I thank you all for coming. I thank you all for sharing your time with us. And I cannot wait to hear these presentations. Is Ms. Cooper on the line to speak briefly about Baldwin SEPTA?
Hi, I'm here, and I am going to keep it really brief. We have a packed agenda, but if anyone does not know me, I'm Michelle Cooper Stewart. I'm currently president of SEPTA, and we had a rough year. We have a lot planned going forward. I'm so thrilled that Amma put this together so that we could get some things out there to everyone as we move into late spring and summer. We have some fabulous organizations with us today. The only thing I do want to put out there is for those who are a member of SEPTA, we are having a special vote on June 7th at 6:30, and that is for the 2022-2023 executive board. So if folks who are a member can join for just 15 minutes on the 7th, that would be wonderful. But thank you so much for joining, and thank you to all the wonderful organizations who are here today. I'm going to turn it right back over to Emma so we can get started.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So people are asking about the format. The fair will begin, and we actually will start with each organization will have 5 minutes. This will 5 minutes to present, and then we'll have a few minutes of questions and answers. I have my phone readily available here to keep us honest when it comes to timing. There are not going to be breakout rooms at this point. We'll see how the time goes. Maybe if we have extra time and there are a few organizations that want to speak individually, we will. But at this point, we will not. So our first organization up, and in terms of fairness, I ordered the organizations in with respect to when they responded to me. And the only deviation was Chad. Chad has their own meeting coming up. And so I thought that people would graciously allow Chad to go first because they have their own CHAD meeting coming up. And so they requested that they go first. But besides that, the order is based on first come, first serve. So on that note, I would like Chad to please begin and please tell us about your organization and how it serves children with special needs or families with special needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alma, for putting this program together. It is much needed, and there are many organizations that are out there to help the ADHD community. So again, thank you so much to you and Michelle for having us. So CHAD is a leading resource on attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, otherwise known. We provide support, training, education, and advocacy for more than 17+ million adults and children in the United States living with ADHD, their families, educators, and healthcare professionals alike. We're also home to the National Resource Center on ADHD, which is funded by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Children and adults with ADHD is the most trusted resource, reliable science-based information regarding current medical research in ADHD management, and offers comprehensive programs and services at both the national and local levels. With regards to what we extend out on the local level, as you mentioned, Alma, we have a support group this evening that we're hosting like immediately after this. So again, thanks for making that accommodation for us. We also do host a workshop presentation once a month as well. And we also partner with our other CHAD organizations. We have New Jersey, and we also have support in the Suffolk County area as well. And we kind of help one another to build up our content and offer that to folks for free, because we are a not-for-profit. On the national level, we also offer parent-to-parent programs. With the crisis with COVID, a lot of folks took some time to reflect, and they went to see some doctors and realized that they had ADHD, because we had a moment to kind of reflect. So we've gotten a large influx of adults who are late diagnosed, some in 30s, 40s, 50s, that are just coming into understanding that it wasn't just them, that there was something else, something that was holding them back. So we've gotten a great push for more information, not just for the parents, like parent to parent, that program, as I mentioned. So we have parents also who they have children who are diagnosed and they're not quite sure where to start. Myself, I have an undiagnosed husband and a diagnosed son. My son was diagnosed at 3 and he will soon be 21, and I'm happy to say he's doing well in Queens College. So CHAD saved me, and that's why I became part of this organization. I don't even know if I said what my name was. My name is Sherelle Pearson. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Sherelle Pearson, and I am the coordinator and treasurer for Nassau CHAD. We also offer teacher-to-teacher training programs, because what we're also finding is that we don't have a lot of that much needed education that the teachers can afford themselves to. They're to teach a curriculum, and then if they have a child that is disruptive from what they're defining as disruptive, then they put them out of the classroom, or they call the parent when there's something else that's going on that needs to be addressed. We have the local support groups, as I mentioned, public education and outreach. We go into, we're here at SEPTA, right? So that's one of the things. We go into schools as well, and we try to get into the programs where the teachers are. So their professional development days, we try to kind of get in there and educate the folks there as well. Advocacy in terms of just helping individuals to understand that this is a medical condition. Back in the day, people would say, oh, ADHD, what is that? Oh, but I know what autism is. ADHD is on the spectrum of autism. Many people don't know that, but they are higher functioning individuals, most with ADHD. But somehow autism always gets to shine. But ADHD is very prevalent and growing, and we're seeing that more and more girls and women are being diagnosed, which before was the thought was that it was boys and men. We also have, as I mentioned, that National Resource Center. So anything that you want to know about ADHD, how to determine what it is, who to go to, coaches and such, you can find that there as well. We have an annual international conference. It will be this year. We're going to have a hybrid event. So those that can't travel to Dallas, Texas can attend from the comfort of your own home. It is every professional that is in this area that will be there and presenting their information. You have the ability to switch from classes. It's like high school. If you see a class that's something of interest, you go to that. And they also do provide recordings of the presentations because you just can't catch them all because everything is so great. We also have publications.
Sherelle,
Yes.
so sorry to interrupt, but your time is up.
Oh, my time is up. Okay.
Up. And also for other individuals who will present, I'm putting 1 minute, 30 seconds or what have you in the chat. So thank you so much, Sherelle. I want to find out well, two things. How do we get in contact and get involved? So that's question number one. And then I'm inviting other audience members to give any other questions, please.
Okay, great. Well, if you need some information about CHAD, you can reach us on our website. It's www.chad.net/105. That's our chapter number. You can also contact me via telephone, and I'll give you my number here. It's 516-242-3263, and I'm happy to assist you there as well. And we also have a fantastic Facebook page that has free webinars and anything that would be helpful in terms of this community.
Great. Sherelle, anyone else have any questions? If not, Sherelle, please type the link and your phone number in the chat, please. Oh, another question came up. When is the conference?
Oh, November 4th to the 6th.
November 4th to the 6th. Beautiful.
Yeah, and I'll put some information about that in the chat as well.
Wonderful. That would be incredibly helpful. Let's see. Okay, great. I hear thanks. Other people are saying thank you. They appreciate this information. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Sherelle, and we look forward to seeing the more information you put in the chat. Next,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have One Happy Place. Miss Angela Lucas, are you available to unmute?
Yes.
Great, you're up. Timer's on.
Well, all right, thank you. This is my first time ever doing something like this. My name's Angela Lucas. I'm the founder and president of the Hangout One Happy Place. I've worked in the schools in the special education, self-contained for 16 years. I also work with independent support services with a 26-year-old autistic male, which who I've taken to other programs, and I've never seen anybody let the kids just be free and have choices. So the Hangout is more about having choices, even if you don't have a voice, being heard, because you could read your face, what brings joy. And so anyway, so I started the Hangout One Happy Place in Baldwin. We have Baldwin students, we have kids from all over the place. And they, what's your favorite song? What do you want to do? If you color and you scribble, your work is hung up and you're like a hero. Everybody claps for each other. Everybody loves each other. Like we become like a family. So it's just a different take on a program. It's not being told what to do. It's being asked what you want to do. And like everybody that comes is very happy because it's just such a happy place. So I took everything I've learned and I applied it to this program to help make, the kids have friends. Where here they wouldn't have friends. Because if you are told just to sit and do art in a program, you're going to sit and do art in a program. Here you're doing art if you want. If you don't want to do art, you don't do it. If you want to get up, dance, clap your hands, whatever you want to do. It is structured though. There's staff around and people around. But like I said, it's something like nothing else. Like we're having the Memorial Day parade and they're so happy. They're marching around the building with banging the sticks, dancing, and it's just pure joy, where you don't usually see that, where everybody's happy and everybody feels love. So you could ask me a question though, because I've never done this.
Beautiful. Yep, you're gonna have lots of time for questions because you only have 2.5 minutes already left. Plus, we give some minutes for questions. Someone asked Mary Sussman, "What is your age range for One Happy Place?"
Well, the youngest we have she's in middle school. So what I'm thinking of doing over the summer is running like a pilot program for a little younger kids. Like it would have to be like on a Friday. That's in the works. Like if there's a need, I'll do it.
And how old is the oldest? So your youngest is probably, if it's middle school, probably like 11, 12 or so.
Well,
what's your oldest?
I think the oldest, I think she's 40.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but they don't see age. They all take care of each other. They love each other. Like you'll have a boy who's 22 dancing with the 40-year-old. So they don't see age. They don't see different. They don't see anything.
Wow. And Lynn Mancinelli asked, how many kids are there at one time?
Well, now we've been blessed actually because we run out of the South Baldwin Jewish Center. They let us use the ballroom. So now like we could have like 16 at a time, but we don't want to go over 16 because then you lose that intimate, that friendship and everybody getting their special attention. So,
and how exactly, so are they like, how exactly is it run? So if a parent wanted their child to be involved, because you really did make an emotional case for it being a place where kids are it's really being literally one happy place.
It's another way to say it.
Right? So then how exactly do they, like, how do we get involved? Is there a schedule of events, like registration, pricing? Please.
Yeah, we're organized. Like I have a flyer. We accept direct bill, like we direct bill, like, and like, say you come one time for the whole month. We do an 1.5 hour class because this way everybody could get acclimated. You come in, you have your little downtime, what you like to do. But for like, say you come once a month, it's $75 for the month, for 4 times for 1 class a week. You see what I'm saying? This way, if you don't have self-direction and get reimbursed, the average person could afford 1 class. And then say like we do offer scholarships. So say somebody wants to come, but they don't have the money, we give a scholarship. Because we just, want everybody to be happy. So.
Okay, hold up. So you said $75 a month, and that entitles you to 1 class. That means 4 times a month?
No, 4 classes.
4 classes. Oh, and they may be different classes. It's not like a series of classes.
No, you would come like say every Tuesday for a month.
Okay, for $75.
Yes.
Okay,
which
perfect.
Is really, not much.
No, perfect. Kathy is including here 1 time a week for 75. Great. All right, anyone? She has a little bit more time actually. So does anyone else have a question? Please put it in the chat. Anyone else?
No.
Okay, well,
I just have to say one more thing. We are marching in the Baldwin Memorial Day Parade. We are meeting outside of Blink Fitness. If anybody wants to join us, if your kid never marched in a parade, slap a red or blue shirt on and join us.
Great invitation. Please put more information in terms of your contact information, your personal contact information, if you're comfortable, the business website or what have you in the chat, because I think a lot of people are interested and want to know more. So thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
Great. Wonderful.
So go to the chat.
Yep. Go to the chat and put that info in. Wonderful.
Okay.
So next up, we have Sangha Education. Are you ready, Professor Keller?
I am. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all, and thank you, Amma, for inviting us. I'm Christine Keller. I'm Executive Director of Sangha Education Center, located at historic Malcolm House on the Jericho Preserve. I'm also an adjunct professor at SUNY College at Old Westbury. I've been teaching there for 20 years, and Sangha is going on 18 years. We started as the Children's Sangha out of Belmore, New York, running enrichment programs for children at the time who are similar to my son. My son was the impetus for Sangha. He's actually 23 now and just graduated from SUNY Westbury this weekend. Yay. He has ADHD, so I'm very familiar with Chad, and OCD, dyslexia, dysgraphia. When he was younger, he was diagnosed also with Tourette syndrome. So he had the tics that thankfully waned in puberty. So he, much of the time, as many of you know, all of our kids fall through the cracks. So in particular, if the school thinks, in our case, that the child, like with the ADHD, many of our ADHD kids, it has high ability, but they assume is not trying hard enough. They don't understand the behaviors. They don't understand what's getting in the child's way. So I've been involved with my son and children like him, for almost 20 years now. I also I'm involved with a variety of different community partners who refer to one another because we want to ensure that our young people receive what they need. So it's a large, wonderful community that has developed over the past 20 years plus. So Sangha Education Center at this point is located at historic Malcolm House on the Jericho Preserve. So we've always been involved with a variety of different types of programs, including outdoor education. So we are lucky enough now to be at Malcolm House, which is on a 22-acre preserve with a farm space that we're in the process of developing. I've been involved with food and farming, during the course of my children's life as a CSA member of Restoration Farm at Old Bethpage. And we have a nice community there as well who collaborates and supports one another. So in terms of our programs, we refer to them as heart-centered learning, inspired by nature. One of our first programs for young adults, which is our main focus right now, is basically 13 and up, but we will eventually get back to the children's programs. So 13 and up, just like the other person was saying, I think it was Angela, we also get calls from young adults who are in their 30s and 40s, even at this point, who basically didn't always have the opportunities that exist today. So they might participate in some of our young adult programs as well. But the general age is usually between 16 and 25, I would say, give or take. We have a program called Project Stewardship, which meets twice a month, once for a workshop and once for an outing, because all of our programs are educational on the one hand and social on the other. So Project Stewardship would meet for a workshop on, it could be a range of different topics based on the input of our young people. So they do help to drive the program. And then we also go on outings to our two community partner locations. For example, in June, we're going to be going to the Waterfront Center of Oyster Bay on a sailboat outing. We've done many different things with the Waterfront Center of Oyster Bay. One of them initially was during our summer program. We have a summer program that runs for 4 weeks, from the second week in July to the first week in August, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 to 3. And we offer the workshops that we've developed in-house, as well as different activities that we've developed in-house, but we also have community partners coming to us. So for the summer program, we had the Waterfront Center come last year to bring a touch tank with marine life so that our young people could learn about marine life, as well as touch and feel marine life. We have Sweetbriar, our nature center, who comes to us with all kinds of live animals that our young people can learn about. So the theme for the summer is nature and wellness. And that basically means it can be anything about animals, plants, land, and water. And so there are different themes each week and different workshops and activities based on those themes. And we have peer mentors who work with our young people. Most of the young people who are in our programs are college and career bound. When I say career, I mean, working in a particular work environment that is based on their level of interest and ability. Most don't come with support staff, again, because we are in that niche middle ground. I often refer to our kids as kids in the middle. But we do have the peer mentors there for support and friendship. And we have, again, all these wonderful community partners. One thing we did this season in our project stewardship program was we built a totem pole for our medicine wheel garden that we're developing at the farm. So we have a carpenter named Malcolm Hall who comes to us and helps with different carpentry projects. And also, you know, obviously it's related to art as well, because we will be not only using tools to make the totem pole, which is already done, but then painting it afterwards and installing it. So our young people can build a range of skills, not just hands-on skills, but definitely hands-on project-based learning is kind of one of the main things that we do. Also in relation to academics in terms of their directions, and then as well as the social emotional piece, because we are working with an approach called collaborative and proactive solutions to help our young people learn how to build skills and solve problems together with adults who can be of support to them.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Professor Keller. Does anyone have any questions besides the fact that you're going to put your information in?
Yes.
Does anyone else have any questions that they can add to the chat about Sangha education? I want to make sure that you went through all the questions. So basically you said it's for around like adolescents, you would say middle school age and up, correct?
Middle, high school, college, and the workplace. And we also have programs for the general public. So we do have programs for parents, programs for professionals. If you go onto our website, I'll put that in the chat, you can look under community programs and you can see the list of all of our programs.
And how
One that I didn't,
how does payment work, or registration and payment?
okay, and one thing that I didn't mention, and I'll just say it in one sentence, is that we also have a mentoring program, which is one-on-one with our young people to help them with their life's direction, whether it be college or career, or just in general, building a variety of skills. And registration happens through the website. So when you go under what we offer, you'll see community programs, school programs, and then schedule. So our schedule right now that's up is for the spring. Our summer schedule will be posted soon. And then we will have a fall schedule as well.
Wonderful. Sounds good. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat now before we move on to our next presenter. All right, I believe we are moving on, and thankfully, she will put her information in the chat. Can we have Brain Balance next, please? Brain Balance, are you available? We don't hear you yet. Please, something's wrong. We don't hear you. I don't know if you're muted. Uh-oh. Is it just me? Please, someone let me know. Are you able to hear her?
No.
No, can't hear her.
No. All right, so you know what we're going to do? Okay, actually, now you're muted. So unmute and let's see if it works. Nope, still cannot hear you. So we are going to have the next person present while you log back in, and we see if we can get that solved. So thank you so much. All right, next up, we have the Smart Scribe. Can you kindly unmute Smart Scribe?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. My name is Nakia Henry, and I am the owner and founder of the Smart Scribe Tutoring Center in Baldwin. And we offer a range of academic and professional services to people of all ages. Primarily, we work with children from grades K through 12. Actually, it was K through 12 originally, but we have kids in college as well. And a number of our students get tutored in most major subjects, including reading, writing, math, science, social studies, foreign language. I hope I didn't leave anything out. Occasionally, I get requests for a Japanese tutor, and thankfully to the large database of tutors I have, we have been able to expand our range of tutoring services over the years. We also offer professional services, including resume writing, and we help a lot of our young students that are college bound develop resumes, and we provide mentorships as well, and just guide their from high school to college to career pathway. And we do have a number of students with IEPs, 504s. A number of them have had dyslexia, dysgraphia, delayed speech, or a lot of kids come to us behind, several levels behind where they should be in reading and math. And one of the things that I believe help our service to be successful is that we provide one-to-one individual support, whereas a student may not be able to have so much attention given to them in a typical classroom setting. So a lot of times our parents will say, how did you, we'll share with them the portfolios at the end of the session. And the parents will, sometimes their mind are blown, like, how did you get my kid to write this? Or how did you get my kid to go this far with their math problem solving? And I think it's more so there's something about the one-to-one, take your time, everything is not rushed. We meet students where they are, and over time they do progress. I think that covers the majority of things. I know we are limited on time, but I'd be happy to answer any questions that anyone has.
Wonderful, thank you. Please do put your questions in the chat. You did a good job summarizing. You still have like 2 minutes left. So question, how exactly does registration work? Is there like a certain number of tutoring hours that are necessary? Do you have to pay up front? Is it in person only? Is it in person and virtual? Please give us more about the actual logistics.
Sure, great question. It seems like your sound went out towards the end for me. So I hope you guys, yes, maybe it was just on my end, but can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, I heard the question about, is it in person or virtual?
Is it in person, virtual, and then pricing packages? How does it work?
Okay, great, thank you. So when we first started, we were in person only. We have one location on Grand Avenue, 2000 Grand Avenue in Baldwin. And when the pandemic happened, we started to offer virtual services, and we've kept that going ever since. So that way we are able to tutor kids outside of the Long Island area. We've had kids in New Jersey or in Florida, different time zones. So that we do offer in-person and remote services. Price packaging, you pay as you go. There's no, we don't lock anybody in upon registering. So most parents opt to pay on a monthly basis, or you can pay on a weekly basis. And our pay rates range around 55 and up per hour per session. So if we also have a homework help program, which runs from 3 to 6 on school days, and kids come in, they get their homework done, and then they get reading and writing support, and they build a little portfolio along the way, so they can see how they're writing and how their work has improved over time. And every quarter or so, we let them take it home because some of the folders get a little bulky. And I love to hear the feedback from the parents of like, oh, look how they started, and look where they are now. And the teachers give them good feedback as well. And did I cover all the questions, or was there one more?
You did. So you said $55 and up. You also said in person or virtual, and you said it's pay as you go.
Yes.
And that the progress is recorded.
Yes, exactly. We have a tutoring. Correct. We have a tutoring log that stays within their portfolio. It stays in-house, but parents also have access to it. And it's a way that we can track their progress and monitor their skills over time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm looking and I do not see any others in the chat. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, great. Let's see if Brain Balance is ready now. Brain Balance, are you ready? I do not hear anything or see anything. Oh, actually, but you're on mute. Can you unmute now and see? Unmute. Hello, hello. Odd. We see you. We cannot hear you.
I think that you should dial in. You can stay on the Zoom for your voice, for your face, and just go on mute. Yes, I already sent her the number on the chat.
Oh, perfect. Oh my goodness, great. Thank you. That's very, very helpful. All right then. So she will call in, but in order to not waste time, we'll have her call and mute. We're going to move on to next. Girl Scouts of Nassau County, please. Girl Scouts of Nassau County, are you available? Miss Olivia, Girl Scouts of Nassau County. Going once, going twice. All right, we'll see if she logs on later. All right, next up, Nassau PAL. Do we have a representative from Nassau PAL available to unmute? Nassau PAL, are you available? Going once, going twice. I hope there's not more people with technical difficulties. Eileen Holberg was who was supposed to represent, and Olivia Mans of Girl Scouts of Nassau County. Are you there? Okay, if not, we are going to Boy Scouts of Baldwin, Mr. Larry Vodopedic. Can you please unmute?
Hey, good evening. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you for inviting me and the Boy Scouts of America. And I'm not really this orange. We did have a big weekend this past weekend out at Hempstead Lake Park with about 400 scouts. Big camporee Friday night through Saturday, and there was a lot of sun on Saturday there. But anyway, the Boy Scouts of America is over 100 years old, and with many participants of both male and female. Now we run the Cub Scouts that are from kindergarten to 5th grade. Then I am a Scoutmaster for Troop 824 here in Baldwin, which is 11 to 18-year-olds. And then I also am a skipper for Sea Scouts, which are 14-year-old to 21-year-old, both boys and girls in the group. And there's also a venturing crew group within Scouting. So Cub Scouts, again, are for the family, youth, and they move up each year working on the requirements and such in ranks, do activities out, camp, sleepovers and such. And then when they turn to 5th and they get into 5th grade and they earn their Webelos rank or turn 11 years old, they can then move into Scouting. Scouting is 11 to 18-year-old boys or girls. We are a boy troop in 824. There are girl troops also in Nassau County, in Rockville Center, in Valley Stream and such, in Oceanside. So there are groups all around. But at the scouting age of 11 to 18, each troop operates as a either male or female group. We, as Troop 824 here in Baldwin, we try to do one service project per month and one outing, camp out, bike ride, hike per month. In past service projects, we visit the New York State Veterans Home at Christmas time, sing Christmas carols. We work with the ADS group out of Boise School. With in the fall, we do floor hockey with them. In the spring, we do basketball, and then in the summertime, we do canoes right down here at the Atlantic Ave boat ramp. So the scouts all get involved at that level with service and such. The key in scouting is to be to grow the young men and women into leaders, for tomorrow and such, that that we, trust and take care of us as we get older. So, but the key in scouting, and then after 18, in order to keep them active to learn about other things, Sea Scouts helps teach them about the maritime, being on the water, fishing, boating, sailing, and such. And then the crew, venturing crews, are active in either specific in camping, hiking, or into emergency type with the fire department or police department activities. So again, open to all ages from kindergarten to 21 and such scouting wise. So like I said, we had our big activity this past weekend, and I am very proud of one of my scouts, and Emma also, Sir Jojo, he designed our patch for us that the all the members got to wear, we'll be getting and such. So, and on our t-shirt logo. So for 11-year-old, very, very creative and very proud of that from our troop. So, and it's again, it's very nice to see scouts coming in at 11 and see them grow to be an Eagle Scout and see their development over the years. Seeing them at first, mom and dad always around them. Then by 2 months after joining scouting, they're saying, "Bye, mom, bad dad, we're off and doing our thing." being that independent growing up and being able to make decisions. So
Wonderful. Perfect timing. Thank you so much, Scout leader. And yes, shameless plug. My little boy created the Camporee. Camporee is the name of like the outing that was huge at Hempstead Lake Park, where all the scouts from the Iroquois district, which is like all of Nassau County practically, he created the patch that went on the shirt. So all of these boys from Nassau County and girls too, because girls were there, had a shirt with his patch. And that is a type of experience that, you know, he wouldn't get, you know, MVP at a basketball clinic, but through Scouts, he got that MVP type experience. So I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. All right, so we already have questions. Cassandra says, how do we enroll? My son is 5 years old. So I guess that would be a Cub Scout. So please tell us, Mr. Vodopedic.
well, that's what we need. We need help with getting our Cub packs up. Here in Baldwin, we have our troop 824. We meet on Sundays, Sunday mornings at 10:30 to 12 outside the St. Christopher's Church. There's the playground by the school. We have our shed there with the equipment, and we meet there now in the summertime. So any come by anytime, 10:30 to 12. One of the things we do that is because I made a promise with our father that the Scouts do attend church, because it's the 12th law. The Scout is reverent. So they do attend mass, and then we come over and have a meeting on Sundays. There is also Troop 182. They meet at the Scout House on Thursday evenings at 7:30. Scout House is up right off of Grand and just north of Sunrise Highway and such. So there's two Scout troops, 1118 here, but we are in need of getting a Cub pack going back in Baldwin. We used to have a Cub pack at St. Christopher's.
Pardon me, Mr. Larry. For some reason, it's like breaking up. Yes, your sound is breaking up. I don't know what is going on. I thought it was just my end.
It might be my connection.
It might be the connection. Okay.
My connection, yeah.
Okay.
I apologize.
No, well, Kathy said mine sounds funny too. Okay, but you had a question, so I would like you to answer the question in the chat, please. And the question, so I want you to answer both questions in terms of how to get some Cub Scout troops, right? Because a 5-year-old would be a Cub Scout. And then also, this question is, can you join just one group, or do you need to be in the core group, Scout troop, to join? For example, skippers. Also, is there additional support for differently abled Scouts? And actually, I want to make sure, is the differently abled, is it referring to physical? Well, maybe you can tell us about the support for both physical, differently abled, as well as neurodivergence, such as a child with, Asperger's, or a child who's on the autism spectrum or has attention deficit, any of those things. So please, let's see if we can do. So can you say something for us, Mr. Larry?
Yes. Is that any better?
It's not, unfortunately. So please, I don't know what happened. Please put it in the chat. People are dying to connect with you. And then also please put your information as to how they can join. I am copying and pasting what you're saying. And at the end, I'll copy and paste all of it for everyone. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Boy Scouts represent. Thank you. All right, brain balance. Dr. Lynn, are you available now?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yay. Do you have double feedback though?
Yeah, you may want to go mute on the computer so that we can't hear the computer sound through your phone.
How's that?
Better, exactly. But I'd pin you, so everyone, you can just pin her on your screen so you can see her, and it will seem like it's coming from the computer screen. Oh, all right, please
okay.
Start.
So I'm talking into my phone, but you guys can hear me. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm the owner of Brain Balance. My name is Lynn Mancinelli. And I am going to speak first about me being a mom and the reason I have Brain Balance. And like Amma said, Jojo came to Brain Balance and got amazing results. Well, my son got amazing results as well, and that's why I opened one. So what Brain Balance is, it's like a performance enhancement for the brain. So children come to Brain Balance for 3 to 6 to 9 months. They come 3 times a week for 1 hour to 60 minutes. And they come for enhancing their developmental delays. So vision therapy, auditory therapy, smell, balance, reading and math. They're going to do all of that in 1 hour. And what the goal is to enhance the way they're processing information. So they are better in their body. They feel better in their body. They're more confident walking into rooms instead of rooms taking over them. They can take over the room and balance and regulate. So the assessment is really where everybody starts at brain balance. They come in and we see what areas are developing slower than other areas. And then we put a program together, which is full of, again, auditory STEM, vision STEM, balance STEM, smell STEM, and then some academics while they're here. And we're getting terrific and amazing results. There's over 55,000 kids that have gone through the program throughout the United States. There's 88 centers right now. And we're changing their brain naturally through these exercises plus nutrition. So everybody gets a dietitian attached to them as well. So the dietitian helps them to eliminate gluten and dairy and to add some vitamins as well that are going to help build their brain. So really how I looked at it for my son was looking like he was having attention deficit when he was around 4 to 5 years old. And I went through the school programs. I put him through OT. I put him in a smaller classroom so the environment wouldn't be so overwhelming to him. And I was just getting slow turtle pace changes in him. And I wanted to really help him catch up so he could be, and do and enjoy the things that, all the kids in his grade were doing. So I finally found brain balance through just like Googling disconnections, I just always felt like that's what it was. Like he had these disconnections, but there was other areas that were so amazing and smart about him and so on, but there was just these delays. And Dr. Melillo, I don't take credit for brain balance because Dr. Melillo is the founder. He wrote many books and has written many studies on balancing the brain naturally through these stimulations we call them brain exercises and diet to help improve their delays, because that's really what our kids have, right? They have these developmental gaps. Like some of them are amazing in some areas and some of them are just dragging. And how do we get those drags up as quickly as possible? And that was really what turned me on to brain balance, is that the idea that I don't have to have him every single year behind. Like that idea is maybe within a year, I could take him out of OT, or I can get him, moving much higher in his IEP goals than it was happening in the public school arena. So that's really what we see here. We see kids starting from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock. They come 1 hour, 3 times a week. And then the parents at home will do a half hour of exercises to complement what we're doing here. They'll be doing an elimination diet guided through, we have hundreds and thousands of recipes on the website. You have a video library that shows you all the exercises that you have to do at home and the goals of what we're actually trying to reach. And then you'll have anybody at the center that we can speak at IEP meetings for you to help the teachers understand what we're doing here at Brain Balance. So then it's like a big community. You have Brain Balance, you have the teachers working, maybe even the OT at school helping him with the exercises, and then you have your dietitian. So it's a very full program. We're trying to get self-direction now. We're trying to get on we're working on sending them all the paperwork that they're asking for. So hopefully by the end of, we'll be able to do that. And that we would help so many more families because it is out of pocket. So we do have a tuition plan that you can pay monthly, but it's a commitment. I mean, I drove 90 minutes, an hour and a half to Connecticut. There wasn't one in New York. I drove an hour and a half 3 times a week because I felt like this was the answer, or one of the other benefits for my child. And it really changed our lives. And that's why I opened the Brain Balance. I was able to, with another mom who brought 2 of her kids to Brain Balance, and she saw such great changes. So the 2 of us opened this up. So we've been open for 4 years now. Yeah, 4 years. And
amazing. Dr. Lynn, your time is up, but
okay.
I'm sure there are lots of questions. I just have to also give such props to Dr. Lynn, because most of us know the experience of desperately Googling. And I desperately Googled while I was on Long Island, found brain balance. Guess what? There was none in New York. The closest was in Connecticut. And I was like, oh, well, too bad for that, right? But Dr. Lynn was driving from Manhattan all the way to Connecticut to do it. And then I even also looked up and said, how can I start a franchise? At that time, it was not legal to start one in New York. So then it went out of sight, out of mind. I tried my 2 ways, but Dr. Lynn went further than that, okay? She drove her child to Connecticut. And then on top of that, the woman waited and worked with them to get the licensing in New York and started the very first one in New York in Plainview. Salute to the warrior mama, Dr. Lynn. Now, questions for her, people. Woo, 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 woo. Who has questions for her? Please put them in the chat. Come on now, what's the chat? Let's see. Any questions? Any questions? I'm sure you have questions. Okay, if there are no questions, I'm going to ask this. Who is a good candidate for this?
Yes, good question. So any child, so yes, I would say 80% have ADHD, high functioning autism, dyslexia, processing speed delays that come here. That is our core market. The nonverbal, or I would say non-speaking, Dr. Malillo, who is the founder, he has a center in Rockville Center that now I'm partnering with, and I refer them out to him. So it's depending on the developmental delay and the amount of work that needs to be worked on. My center is more of a level of we call it high functioning autism, where as opposed to a non-speaking child would go to Dr. Malillo. So my core is ADHD, high functioning autism, dyslexia, processing speed delays, sensory processing. And it's really performance enhancement is what I tell every parent that comes here. I work with the OTs because most of my kids are either they have OT, PT, speech, or they have an aide in the classroom. And we work together so we can get them to do the exercises and brain stimulations at school as well. And we help the parent as well. So that's the type of child. Oh, the age 4 through 25 is our core. Yeah.
Great. And then also someone is saying, so I think your answer is yes, is the program for students with a learning disability. You are saying yes, right to a certain extent.
Oh yes.
And how much is tuition? Yeah. How much is tuition is the other question in the chat.
Yeah, so it starts a 3-month tuition, which is really you're here for 3 months, but you also get the services for 1 year, which I'll tell you about, is $6,400. So you're paying about approximately $180 per session in center, but you're also getting an advocate for school. You're also getting a nutritionist. You're also getting a year of assessments. It's really an enrollment for a year, which actually JoJo's up for his assessment. I get in. And then we give you a home program. You have the home program for a whole year. So you can do all the exercises and the upgraded stimulations at home. So it starts there. It starts at $6,000. So we do have an enrollment plan that you can pay up to 2 years. So they pay us and then you pay them. And it goes all the way out to 24 months.
Perfect. Let's see. Any other questions? And thank you, Kathy. With Zoom, the questions go up and sometimes you don't see them. So Kathy's being amazing as a SEPTA member and letting me know that. Any other questions, anyone? All right. If not, thank you so much. Please, Dr. Lynn, put all the info in the chat and so everyone has it. All right. I believe Girl Scouts in Nassau County came on because had a delay. Are you there, Miss Olivia?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Please, the floor is yours.
Awesome, thank you. So Girl Scouts of Nassau County is the largest girl-run, girl-led organization in the nation. What that means is essentially you are helping your girls, right, and giving them the tools to find and explore whatever it is that they're interested in. So you know, in order to be able to form a troop, two parents do need to volunteer to be troop leaders. From then you're able to add girls into a group. You can start with as little as, you know, 3 or 4, and then depending on the age that your girls are in, it would determine how many girls are able to be in a troop. So our first level starts at Daisies. That's the girls that are in kindergarten, so 5 years old, and first grade as well, so 6, 5, and 6. From there, you move into Brownies, which is grades 2 and 3, and then so on and so forth. So at the Daisy age level, you start with, you know, approximately 12 girls would be the absolute max that you're able to have in a group. You are able to take on more if, you know, you add in another leader, more support within the group. We do like to say, you know, kind of keep it on that lower side just to begin with, just to so you can, you know, see how the girls kind of merge and get along. And that way you're not taking on too much as a leader yourself either. What's really great about being a leader is that you are able to set, you know, the parameters of every single meeting. So you're able to pick the meeting days, the times, you're able to pick the locations, frequency, and everything like that. So troops are required to meet once a month. We do recommend that troops try to meet twice a month if that's something that you're able to do, just to ensure continuity between lesson to lesson. That way the girls are able to, you know, really establish camaraderie and a rapport with each other. Right. So it's not just so much of a play date. So what we mean by girl led run and girl led is that you're, like I said, you know, giving them the tools to essentially explore what it is that you're doing. So the younger they are, the more hands-on you do need to be as a leader, right? So rather than just telling them what they're doing, maybe you want to give them 2 options, right? So you say, would you rather do this today or would you rather do that today? You know, if you're asking a bunch of young kids what they want to get into, you're going to get 13 different answers and it's going to be kind of all over the place. So definitely kind of give them the tools to make those decisions, right? So that the older they get, the more they are able to speak to exactly what it is that they like to do. So whether that's maybe STEM programming, maybe they're more into the arts, maybe they want to do music. We have, you know, robotics, we have a choir. We do something that's called the Savannah Speedway. It's like a soapbox derby. Maybe they want to do something environmentally focused, right? So a park cleanup, a beach cleanup, maybe they want to do a community garden, whatever it is that they're really interested in. It's something that's done and someone can help you, you know, essentially guide you through the way. In Baldwin, we do have something that's called a service unit volunteer manager. That is a parent like yourselves who is, you know, really just bleeds green and is all about Girl Scouts. And so essentially what that person does is they help you and guide you through everything that's going on, right? So they'll tell you the things that have been done in Baldwin, maybe the things that work versus don't work, can kind of tell you if you want to get into this, this would be a great place to go for that. So the SUVM in Baldwin is called Trisha. That's her name. She's excellent. She's been a SUVM for years now. So essentially she's the person that would help you, you know, find a meeting space, would tell you what's going on in the service unit. So different events that are going on. So as far as meetings go, you meet as a group, right? From there, you're able to meet within your service unit, which would be Baldwin. So I know when I was a Baldwin resident, I grew up in Baldwin. That's where I had my first Girl Scouting experience. So we used to do, you know, father-daughter dances. We used to march in the, you know, the parades and do things like that. So that would be the person that's coordinating that and would tell you, you can come here and you can get involved with that. Trisha also lets everybody knows what's going on at the council level as well. So any sort of council events that are kind of coming down. We have something like a Family Appreciation Day that's going to be happening soon, where it's going to be, we're shutting down Adventureland Park. So the kids are kind of coming in and doing stuff like that. So there's so many different things and so many different things that you can get into. We do have something, a first year leader experience team that helps you plan different content, events, putting everything together as far as troop meetings and information and things like that. Just kind of, I guess, a loose base information of what we kind of have to offer here. But we do have a huge support staff at council. So anything that you really need, we can kind of help you put together and tailor it to your group specifically.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. With 11 seconds to spare, it's like you rehearsed. Okay, good job. Well, yeah, I got your timing just right. Appreciate it. All right, any questions? Please put them in the chat. Any questions about the Girl Scouts? Okay, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm sure you said this, but what are the ages that you can join? You said mentioned I know they
ages 5 to 18.
5 to 18. Okay.
So kindergarten to senior year of high school.
So you're literally your whole educational experience, your K through 12
Yes.
educational
Yes,
experience.
correct.
And I'm think this is the case, but it's open to biological girls and people who identify as girls, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, beautiful. And okay, so if there are no questions, please put in the chat the description and how people can learn more. The only other question I can think of is there anything that about it that is is an accommodation or allows for special needs children to participate?
Yeah, so we do, if depending on what sort of assistance that each of the kids would need, that's something that we can be addressed. As far as learning accommodations and things like that, we do have things that are built into our programming that can be assisted. We do have 2 office staff people, they're called Krista and Kathy, who work hand in hand with troops to be able to come up with different content creatively and the execution of that content. So they would definitely be able to work with you one-on-one as far as that goes. They have something that are called office hours. So you would be able to sit down with them in a private, little Zoom call session and essentially speak to them about whatever it is that you're interested in doing, and then they would help you as far as execution goes. If a child did require, some sort of aid per se, that would just, be another parent that would be willing to volunteer into that group to kind of help that person as well. As far as it kind of goes, you could keep the group, as small or as large as needed to be able to fit that accommodation. So, if something needed to be on the smaller side to be able to accommodate any sort of needs, that can be done as well.
Great. Any questions? If so, please put it in the chat.
All right. Thank you.
If not, yeah, perfect. We thank you. All right. So next up, let me make sure. Yeah, Andrew's ready to go. Well, I was going to check if Nassau PAL was ready, but Andrew was amped and ready to go. So
I got Ben. I tried a few times, and then someone else comes up. I was like, and I just unmuted myself back up.
All right, Andrew, you are up.
Anyway, I have to do this in probably 2.5 minutes each because I just realized 5 minutes, but I'm going to go right to it, and I'll be posting links while this is happening. I run 2 organizations, Playing Across the Spectrum and Driving with Autism. I'm the outreach person for Playing Across the Spectrum, and I'm a founder of the driving organization. For Playing Across the Spectrum, we serve just about every age for the lifespan because Playing Across the Spectrum is a financial firm in Connecticut, but we do online services throughout the whole state, and also showed up in various other conferences and other places for workshop basis. So what we do, again, everything's on the lifespan, and everything is adjusted like it's up to what the person wants because everyone is different, and if everyone thinks every disability is the same, God forbid autism, if someone says like everyone with autism is the same, they're lying super hard. So we embrace everyone is completely different, and we want to kind of help advise people on what they want. If they need help with Able accounts, we will help them out as much as we can. If they need help with accessing benefits of whatever state, it's what they want to do. And we do specialize or even help employers with their benefits, so those inclusive, and be able to kind of heighten up their employees' benefits. And we also have an event calendar, which I'm a part of, where pretty much I create like multiple events throughout the whole country, including some UK stuff from time to time. So definitely check those out. I'll be posting the websites once the 5 minutes is up. And now I'm going to Driving with Autism, which again is also entirely online. No one has to worry. So with Driving with Autism, I'm the founder again, and the lifespan is about teenager to older adults, and also open to those who are interested in driving, or maybe they don't not driving right away, but they want education. We'll help them there. Pretty much, it is a 7-part webinar series that just is pretty much, it's not a driving school, but we are a driving readiness program. It's kind of like let people know the expectations of driving and just kind of getting the tools just to be able to ensure success, and also to cover topics that driving schools don't usually cover. Sensory tools, because driving is very sensory based. Police interactions, that's something that's usually surrounded in controversy when you look at like autism and other the populations too. So we try to cover a lot of those because there's a lot of stresses, and we even have a topic for parent involvement of how they can be supported, because there's a lot of mixed feelings. Like my own dad was very anxious about me driving for a while, and it took him a while. It was a lot of just kind of ups and downs on that. That's gotten to a good space right now, but it's kind of like the program is pretty much with how the whole journey goes. And at the end, they'll have something where they can be able to take that first step. And we also help people find a local driving school after they complete our series. While it's a paid series, we also do coupons and discounts, and also we do flexible kind of methods in case circumstances and whatnot. I think I helped out one or two before in the past. While it was a young program, came out December 2021. And then finally, we have free resources, which include a blog page. We also have a free to download free book that comes in. That's like a preview of the webinar series. And again, and before I forget, each session is recorded. And if anyone misses a day or schedule-wise, I will help you. Each one's recorded. And because you bought the series, you're entitled to that recording. And also that you can kind of go from there. Okay, not bad for 5 minutes. I really had to go fast like Sonic for this.
You did great. According to my records, you have about 40 seconds left. So you did absolutely great.
Oh, not bad. I really did have to rush and just keep going. There's a few times I'm like, ugh.
No, but we got
I was ready.
you.
I was tempted to have a third cup of coffee, but kind of horrible since it's around
Third?
7.
Oh. All right, Andrew.
Wait, fourth, except that'd be a terrible idea. I'll be up all night. I post the websites. I'm also going to be posting my email. And anyone can contact me about both. And then for driving autism, I also have a 15-minute free introduction where people can set up a time with me and I just go over the whole program. And then for pre and cross inspection, I could pretty much get you contact. There's also a direct consultation page for one of our advisors.
Wonderful question. Anyone have questions, please put it in the chat. I had a question. So you mentioned that this webinar program is very different from driving ed or driver's ed because it teaches you about like managing sensory input or what have you. Are there any other distinguishing factors, please?
Okay, really good one. Just kind of like, because driving is very sensory based, because your mind has perceived so many things. Like it's automatic for drivers that have been driving for a while. And even for me, sometimes I notice there would be like, oh wait. I mean, again, I'm listening to music a lot of the time, but when you really think about it, it's like it's very multi-steppable. I know it's not a word, but just bear with me. So it's like there's a lot for the mind to take in. And God forbid if there's a lot of sights, the lights, or even just temperatures, like that could probably throw someone off. And not to mention that kind of moods. And if you don't get enough rest, there's like that potential of either falling into stressful driving. Don't think it's a term. And there's also fatigue driving too. So as a kind of mood sets can also affect that. And what I do for that one, I also go over sensory overload of how to limit that, because that could easily happen there. And there's gotta be, what I do is very solutions based. One of my favorite examples, which I'll be telling to everyone right now, is it's also something I use for myself, but again, it's different for everyone. The program's just really open the fact that no one with autism is exactly the same. For myself, like back when I went to a resource fair a couple of weeks ago in Connecticut, Fairfield, so it's like a good hour from Central Hartford area to down south of Connecticut. It can get messy. I listened to a whole hour of a Hitchcock radio play, one of his movies called Strangers on a Train, of like classic Hollywood movies in radio form adaptation. I listened to a Hitchcock movie that was condensed to an hour, and I loved it and I enjoyed it. And let me tolerate Route 15 and 5, which in Connecticut, it's a fake highway.
Wow.
It's just more of just finding the right tools. And I also use a lot of video game music just to help with that hyper focus. And if you combine that, what I do and coffee, if in case I have a coffee in my car, it's a joy. I'm responsible to remind you, don't worry, everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you, Andrew. You really have a strategy down pat. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, and that's kind of something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, we're gonna have to move on to the next person. But I'm going to.
I'll be staying behind. I'll be staying later in case anyone wants to ask any other questions. But I'll wait until then.
That is perfect. That's perfect. But please go ahead. I know that you put some links in the chat. I think I would also be appreciative if you would put like just a short little description as well in the chat, just to jog people's memories after the fact. Thank you so much, Andrew. Next up, I'm going to do one last call for Nassau PAL. I sent them an email. Nassau PAL, are you available? Nope. Moving on. Can we have Camp? I'm going to butcher this.
Paquatuck.
Say it for me again.
Camp Paquatuck.
Paquatuck.
Camp Aquatic in Santa Mauritius. Sal and Doreen Grinchy. We are parent. Oh, let me start my stopwatch here. We are parent volunteers for the camp. I am the social media manager, so you'll see me on Facebook promoting the camp a lot. And we're parent volunteers. Our daughter Olivia, who will be 19 in a couple of weeks. This will be her 12th summer at the camp. And Camp Aquatic is in Santa Mauritius in Suffolk County. Eastern Suffolk County, before the Hamptons, South Shore. It's a camp for children and young adults with physical and developmental disabilities. It's been around for 76 years. It's a not-for-profit. It's owned by the Mauritius Rotary. And of course, Rotaries are known for their efforts to eradicate polio. And it started out as a polio camp at that time. And it basically progressed to really anything, children with autism, Down syndrome, spina bifida, any other physical or developmental disability, children and young adults are accepted starting at age 6. Okay, they've got a pool with rowboats and a fishing pier. There's a petting farm, lots of goats and pigs and horses, donkeys, chickens, rabbits, you name it. We got it there. There's the kids to check out. There is a of course, there's a pool, there's a adapted playground area that was put in about 3 or 4 years ago, so you could put a wheelchair on a swing there. There's a lot of different things for the kids. We run a summer program from the 3rd week of June through the end of August. There are 10 sessions. We accept 50 campers per session, starting at age 6. We have, in the past, we've grouped by ages, but we've decided it works out a little easier for everybody if we just group by age the day. So if kids are there during the day, we'll put all like the 6 to 10 to 12, we put the youngest kids together, and then we'll put the mid-teens and then the later teens and adults. Will just, because there's 36 acres, so there's plenty of places for people to be so they're not tripping over each other. We accept self-direction. You would tell us who your financial intermediary is, and we work out the paperwork for that. So we run a 5 days, 5-night program. Right now it's $1,300 for either. Even if you're there for a day program, you are assigned a bed and dresser drawers and stuff, because if you're changing to go into the pool, you have to have a place to put your clothes and so forth, or maybe the child wants to rest. There's a thing, and there's counselors. We do 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 with the campers. Okay, like I said, that's the basic. We also run off-season respite. We're planning on day respite again come the fall, starting in September, probably 9 to 5. So there would be lunch, there would be dinner, and depending on the weather, they'll be outside. There's crafts activities. We've got all sorts of things for the kids to do. If it is inclement weather, then if it's raining, you're there. If it gets too hot, you're inside. There's crafts building there. There's music, there's dancing, there's s'mores.
A large dining hall that can double as a play space, or
come over here so you get on the camera.
Or a place to watch movies in there or whatever. And then down by the lake, there's like a fire pit. They usually do the s'mores and everything at night and sing-alongs, whatever, down there, traditional camp stuff.
There's an RN on duty whenever the camp is open. What we do is you schedule an appointment. go down, you get a tour, you sit down with the nurse and the camp director, and you figure out if it's a good placement for you. You know, some people, maybe it's not for them, whatever, but we try to find out what's the best and the best staffing level for your child. And
Yeah, and if your child's on medication, you have to have a list of everything from the doctor and everything labeled, and the nurse takes care, makes sure that they get their medicine whatever time it has to be done. You just write the list of, whatever times they're supposed to be taken, and the nurse takes care of it.
so, anybody have any questions? I'm down to 15 seconds.
Wonderful. No, you made a great case. I'm looking
Okay.
at the chat. Any questions?
I put some information in the chat and I hit send too early. It's way back towards the top. And I'll send something out now. My personal contact information, you can contact the camp office directly, or you can contact me. You can message the Facebook page. Most likely it'll be myself or my wife answering, or it could be the camp director, Alyssa. We are very inclusive. Our camp director is deaf and it communicates. Well, she's got a cochlear implant and American Sign Language. She teaches sign language. She teaches CPR to the deaf. So she's a wonderful, fantastic person. I saw her today and I told her I was doing this tonight, and she said, fantastic. She's originally from Long Island, from Valley Stream. We're in Sayville. And she's been a nationally recognized camp leader. She's won some national awards. So we're just so lucky to have her. We had a good camp director previously. She came in 3 years ago, and she, had to adapt everything with programming with COVID, and how do we run some form of reduced programming. So anyway, anybody else? Any questions?
They want to know how long is each session?
Oh, 5 days, 5 nights are the sessions. It includes all meals. You get a camp T-shirt. There's no additional charges, above the tuition.
And you said it's 1,500 for those five.
1,300, 1300, 1,300. It is eligible for self-direction. We accept direct payment. After it's done, the camp, the office manager will give you a letter stating your child attended. Once it's all approved with financial intermediary, and then the funds will be released. You have to notify them. Okay, my child attended. Here's the letter and things. So there's a little bit of paperwork involved, but you don't have to lay out the money if you've got self-direction.
Wow. And so sleepover like Monday through Friday, because you said everyone gets a bed.
Yeah, it depends. We have different sessions. If you go on our website and you look, there are some sessions run Monday through Friday. There are some sessions that run through the weekend, like a Wednesday through a Saturday. It's things. So that way the parents can get a break. That's new this year because that's what the parents wanted, and we made some changes to the scheduling. And I don't know, anything else?
And this year, it's also, it's an option whether you can either send your kid, have them stay overnight, or you can come and pick them up each night, whichever you want to do. Yeah,
it would be a little difficult to attend as a day camp from Baldwin, but like we were scared. We're 20 miles from the camp, and we were scared, and we knew a previous director who had just retired at the time, and she said, "Oh, our daughter Olivia, who's autism spectrum is level 3, and she's verbal." And she said, "Oh, she'd be great for the camp. It would be great. You should send her to camp. Call Bridget, the director. Tell her you know me." And the thing is, "Oh, we can't do that. We're scared. We're afraid. We can't let her out of our sight. No, it'll never work. No, trust me." So we went with faith because we knew this woman from another organization.
She was 7 at the time
yeah,
when she started.
And she was the director. So all right, we'll give it a try. We'll do weekend respite in the fall. And so we dropped her off there on a Friday night and pick up on a Sunday afternoon. And we were thinking, I had the car backed up in the driveway. I had clothes at the foot of the bed. I had my cell phone, the work cell phone, my wife's cell phone. the portables, they had a house full. I'm ready in case they call me in the middle of the night to get my daughter, and I could throw on pants and run out the coat and run out the door and get in the car and speed there like a crazy man, right? And they never called me. It never happened.
Oh
So,
my goodness, but you didn't have to. You actually got that week off. Amazing.
oh, it started out
Not
as
a
a
week.
weekend.
It was a weekend.
That was a weekend, but we said, hey, this works. Let's try it next season. We'll send her for a week. And we did. And well, you can call the camp every day and get a report, what they did the day before, what time they woke up. You know, there's some standard things they give you, but you have specifics. Oh, I want to know if my child had a bowel movement or not. Well, tell them, they'll keep track of that for you if you'd like. And that's one of my daughter's issues. So anyway, and you call up and they'll tell you, okay, to get the from the counselor, they'll get it. They have a whole binder, all these reports from the previous day. And okay, your daughter woke up, she ate breakfast, she had a good breakfast, she went to the pool, and you can find out everything that they did the day before. There are tons of pictures that get posted up every day when the camp is in session. There is a counselor that does that. And, maybe 30, 40 pictures get posted up a day, and everybody, then you see on Facebook and everything, that's my Jimmy, that's Susie, how they are, and, they're having a good time. So.
Amazing.
All right. I got my personal contact information here. Text me, call me, email me. There's the camp office phone number. If there's something I can't answer, I'll just refer you to them.
Wonderful. So now we have our last but not least.
Thank
Before we have our last up, I want to remind everyone who presented to please put their descriptions in this chat. Right now, descriptions from Chad, Hangout One Happy Place, Sangha, Camp Pawtuck, Boy Scouts of America, Driving with Autism, Planning Across the Spectrum. That's what I have so far. So if you are not listed, somehow I either missed it or you did not put it in, so please put it in. So without further ado, can we please have JCC?
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, now
we
I
can
can't hear you.
No, yeah, we can hear
Great,
you.
thank
You
you.
sound great.
Okay, I'm Marcy Hallerman, and I am the Senior Program Director at the Friedberg JCC. We're in Oceanside, so about 10 minutes from Baldwin, and we run programs across the age groups. Right now, we do tend to focus more on teens and young adults, but we do also have some programs for elementary school. We have a inclusive summer camp, which has our K-3 program, which is in our building at Oceanside, has very few spots left right now for this summer, but we might be able to squeeze you in. And then our campgrounds program in Wheatley Heights has full ability for kids with disabilities in a separate division within the inclusive program. We also run classes and programs, so everything from cooking classes to art classes to sports and fitness. We have a new boxing center. We run a basketball clinic. We run a swim team for those who can swim across the pool. We do individual swim lessons. And we also just do memberships at the JCC. So you can have, sign up to be a member of the JCC and come and work out in our fitness center and swim in the pool. And we also do take self-direction dollars, and we direct bill to almost every FI. And if there is one that we're not working with yet, we can absolutely get connected. I'm actually getting connected to ACDS, I think, right now. But we can, like I said, you don't have to lay out any money for any of our programs if you have self-direction.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions? Please put any questions in the chat. I think you answered this. Your programs are for what ages, please?
So most of our programs right now start at like 12 to 13. But we do have a basketball clinic that's for ages 8 and up. We are hoping to start a rhythm and movement class in the fall for younger children. Our swim lessons will take young, and then a lot of our other classes are during the day. And also we have a family support service program. So if you have OPWDD, but not self-direction, we offer free classes. And we also can help you get connected to OPWDD through a partnership with the Mid-Island YJCC. We have somebody who can walk you through the process, make sure all your paperwork is together, speak to the Long Island DDO. So if you're looking to get started with getting OPWDD services, we can help there as well.
All right, great. And people just pay and register per program. So like if I wanted swimming or if someone's a particular program, how does it generally work?
Yeah, so you pay per class, correct? Unless it's, like I said, one of our free classes through OPW. Or membership, if you want to become a member of the JCC, that we offer a membership for $33.50 a month for individuals with disabilities. And we can also direct bill that. And that entitles you to use the fitness center, the pool, and discounts on all classes and programs.
Wonderful. Any other questions?
How do you get, how do you reach out to someone to get with the OPWDD?
I'll put my name in the chat, my information in the chat, and then you can call me, and I will connect you. Her name is Leela, and she works out of the Mid-Island Y, but I can get you connected to her, and she will start you on the process.
Great.
Okay,
Any
thank
other
you.
questions? Oh, yeah, sorry for interrupting. Any other questions?
Sorry for interruption. I just got here not long ago and I missed most of the presentation tonight. And I was wondering if any of the presenters were able to put down the contact info of your program in the chat, please. Thank you.
Great.
We're sending out notes as well. I know Amos and Kathy are putting stuff together.
Yes.
So we'll be sending out notes. So through the same channels that you received the invite to.
Absolutely. So yeah, I will put something in the chat right now. I am putting breakout rooms. I don't know if anyone is, it's kind of late. We've been on for an hour, but right now I am making self-select breakout rooms. So if any of our presenters are available and they're able to go into the rooms and see if anyone has particular questions, we will be able to do that now. If not, I would like to thank all of you for joining. I would like to thank all of our presenters for coming. I think that it was hopefully a very successful event. I hope that you all got a lot from it. And I wish you all well. Any comments, please? I'm going to be quiet and let you.
Can I say something? My son attended JCC. And I have a typical that's not on the spectrum, and my 3-year-old Marshall probably knows Noah. So JCC is a great program. Like I love JCC. It's just really, I had great experience. The staff is excellent. Hello?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble getting the chat to work. So what I will do is I will email Amma with my information and hopefully she can send it out to everybody. It's just very slow.
I have your information as well, and I can provide that to Amma and Kathy for the notes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll try to keep trying, but it's slow.
Amma, you're on mute.
All right, give me a moment. I'm going to share the list with everyone right now. I'm copying the link, and this has what everyone, what I copied and pasted what people put in the chat. So it's not edited at all. You'll bear with us, but I think it gets the job done. So for any of you who are not here, you can look at the Google Doc right now, copy and paste it, and you'll see a flyer from the fair, and then I copy and pasted people's, basically what people wrote in the chat. So that is available for you all. Additionally, right now, I am going to open all rooms and you will be able to select breakout rooms, hopefully if the technology agrees with us. And when you select presenters, you'll see the name. So right now I have One Happy Place, Sangha, Brain Balance, Smart Scribe, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Planning Across the Spectrum, and JCC. Is there anybody who's here that would like a breakout room that I have not mentioned? Camp, all right, there we go. Let me add another one. Add another room, rename Camp, PAQUATUCK, maybe? Okay, hopefully. All right, great. Anybody else? If I spelled it wrong, you will forgive me. All right, I'm opening all rooms.
Okay.
So are you
I would
able
just
to
like
see?
Breakout rooms.
Ms. Dawson,
Yes, are you able to
before
choose?
signing off.
Oh, great. Sorry, Miss. Oh, I'm sorry. The superintendent of special education would like to say some words. I may have missed that in the agenda. Please forgive me.
No, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. I also want to thank Mrs. Yawson for putting this together. A lot of work went into this, and I just want to thank you. Want to thank Ms. Kurz and also Ms. Cooper for all of your hard work with SEPTA. So I really do want to thank everyone and all the parents who participated tonight. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We look forward to having one of these in person in the fall. Maybe we can do a hybrid for those who can't attend, but I look forward to that as well. Thank you all so much for joining us today.
Thank you all. Thank you to our presenters and thank you for the audience. At one point we had like over 40 people on. So that was a really, really good turnout. So is the technology working? Are you all seeing breakout rooms that you can join?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so knock yourselves out. Thank you and enjoy the breakout room or enjoy your life in the world, whatever the case may be. Thank you for joining and you have the Google Doc.
Thank you.
Miss Emma, I don't see any big breakout room. On
Oh,
my
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure. Okay, so you're supposed to be able to see, it's supposed to come up. Let me see how I can do it. I don't know why you're seeing it. You're supposed to see One Happy Place and you can join. So like Angela and Madeline are there. You're supposed to see Sangha and join, Brain Balance and join. Not sure why you're not seeing it.
I don't have the happy place in front of me.
You don't have it? Okay, let's see if I can think of how you can join. I'm gonna see if I can assign you. Let's see.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't see breakout rooms either.
Really? Okay. So hold up, Nikki, you said you want One Happy Place?
No. You
Which
said
one do you want? Because
you
I can
need
assign you to one. So One Happy Place, Sangha, Brain Balance, Smart Scribe, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Planning Across the Spectrum, JCC, and Camp Paquatuck. Which one do you want? Do you think? And I'll assign you.
I would like to go to the Boy Scout.
Okay, I'm gonna assign you right now.
All right, thank you.
Can you put me into the JCC one?
Okay, great. So you want to go into the JCs? Well, that would be helpful. Let me assign to. A moment.
It's Marcy.
Okay, I'm assigning you to JCC. Done. Anybody else?
Yeah, I thought I saw it, but I guess I lost it. So maybe you could reassign me to JCC, please.
Yep, I'm
And
gonna
the Boy
assign you
Scout.
to JCC. Okay, well,
And the Boy Scout.
Oh, you can only go to one at one time.
Oh.
You choose.
Okay. JCC.
Okay, there you go. All right, let's see. Sharice, do you want me to assign you anywhere? So we have Sharice, Colleen, maybe it's how you pronounce it, and Michelle.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
stay
good.
out here for a
Thank
while
you.
to see if anyone wants to me to assign them. Oh, do you need me to put you back in your room? Hello?
Yeah, hi, I'm fine. I'm
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Nobody got in the room, so.
Oh, really? Okay, then.
But that's okay. I left my cell number, my email address, the camp website, and the office manager's phone extension. So if anybody needs, they can get a hold of us.
That works.
Appreciate
Thank you so much for joining.
This worked out good. I
I'm
think
glad you think so.
I think it did. You know, we're available, in person or, through Zoom for, if not myself, somebody else will present. We have multiple people who can speak about the camp.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. No, I think that you did a great job. You shared your personal experience, and I think a lot of people are inspired. And because it's Sleepaway, I mean, anyone can really come. So
Yeah. The previous camp director, Bridget, who she retired three years ago in March, she always used to tell me at if we were doing a resource fair or a transition fair, so tell the story. And so she would tell me, you think it was like crazy. We were scared. We were afraid to do this. We can't leave our autistic daughter, with these strange people. And we went from that to now we're spokespeople for the camp. I was just there today. I was there on Sunday. They had a clean up the camp day thing, open the camp. So